are now in the presence of a king.
Well, let me tell you, if Vincent doesn't do anything right, he slammed that intro. I'm gonna tell you that intro. I'll be over here just. I'm in it. I'm in it. I
It's
love
probably
that intro.
about the only thing I did right so far.
So I want to thank Taco Cat and of course Rob for joining us tonight, guys. Welcome back to the Blerds. It's been a minute, but we are back, and let me tell you, I got Vincent. Vincent's, I want to turn the show over to Vincent. I want to give you a younger Blurred experience here. So Vincent's going to redo the show, and he's going to take over as lead host as we go into this new era of fandom. It's 2025. Marky Mark and I will still be the anchor along with Bishop as we carry this into a new era. But let's talk about something that is now in the presence. It's still a little bit older. Uh, let's talk about this right here. Look at this right here. On my feed, ladies and gentlemen, on my feed, this isn't my Captain America. This Marvel, you won't be getting my money. Well, it's getting somebody's money.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand. Oh, actually, I take that back. I do understand. I personally am a big Batman fan, and if you turned Bruce Wayne black, I would be offended.
Didn't we discuss that one time
Yes,
already?
we did. We
Yeah.
did. But I can understand where people, but again, this is the same thing. We have Jace Fox as the Batman of New York, right?
Yeah,
And now you have Sam Wilson, which is comic book accurate
absolutely.
as Captain America. And now you're hearing this because he said, I don't think bringing America in as the character is something that he should strive for. He thinks he should be this man. I disagree with that because it says it in the name, Captain America. But this is for the more evolved America. This is not 1945 anymore, obviously. Okay. Um, but you have to give this man a shot. You have to give this man a shot at wearing that shield. I love Winter Soldier and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That speech he said at the end really resonated with me. Um, and I'll be honest, when his character first came out as the Falcon, I remember the old red and white Falcon with red wing on the arm, the real bird on the arm, and all that, some mechanical drone.
Yeah,
Um, but Anthony Mackie plays uh, a real. For me, Falcon wasn't a sidekick like Robin. Falcon stood on his own, and I like that about Falcon. You know what I mean? I really like that about Falcon. So I am going to say, barring, of course, what he said, because Chris Evans basically said the same thing. But in this day and climate, with people being who they are and the president being who he is,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? You kind of stepped in it.
yeah.
That's my take on that. So let me have it, brothers. Both of you have seen it. Let me know. Let's talk about it. You want to go first, Marky Mark?
Well, I have to say I thoroughly, I enjoyed the movie. It was a good movie for what it was. I had no issues with it. Uh, there's some things that I looked at and I just got tired of hearing them say certain things, but other than that, I didn't really have a problem with the movie. It is a good Captain America movie. Um, I enjoyed it better than, like you said, Civil War. Didn't like that movie at all. But then I think that's because Josh Whedon. I'm not a fan of his movies because I don't like that he changes a character to fit his narrative, where you just keep the character the way they were and you write a better story. He doesn't seem to do that, and I get sick of seeing movies where he changes people because he wants a certain outcome. And that's the one thing I hated about Civil War. That's what I hated about his Justice League movie. Um, so,
Yeah.
when you get, let's just say, Zack Snyder, he made a much better movie, and I think this is a better movie than Civil War. So I
Mm.
loved it. I think it's way better than that. What about you, Paladin?
Well, I did like it. I thought it was a good setup for everything else I think they want to do. Spoiler free for Calibur since you ain't seen it yet. Um, but I think it's a decent setup. I'm glad that they finally talked about the giant man in the ocean because that was on the crap out of me. you know, Aside from the political commentary that's in it because there it is in it, right? And
Mm.
I think this is I think this is more of a sequel to Falcon and Winter Soldier than anything else because that could have been its own standalone movie too.
Yes.
Um, so I think this is more of a sequel to that, and then them trying to set up, other stuff for the future. But the movie itself, I mean, I think it stands on its own. I've been waiting for Falcon to pick up the mantle because I know he did in the comics, and I loved it when I was reading how that happened and everything like that. Um, so, but like Caliber said, with things being what they are, you know, I saw some comments from some folks and some critics on YouTube and stuff like that that I was like, I thought were maybe a bit excessive. I'm like, okay, you don't why you had to say it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. That's cool. I can respect you not liking it, but doing little jabs and stuff like, no, I see what you did there. Stop. You stop what you're doing there. Just
Yeah.
talk about the movie if you didn't like. And I got nitpicks with it, in terms of writing and story and effects and stuff like that. I mean, everyone does, but just talk about it for its substance, not from and then I'm just gonna say it, Captain African America. Like, come on, I can't get that out of my head. I was like, yeah, we know it's a brother, and yeah, he,
Mhm.
duh. You're not telling us anything we don't know. You seem silly for doing that. You
Right.
know, just
Now,
if you didn't like
saying
it,
that,
okay.
I'll say this after you said that, because theoretically, what we're looking at is a person who doesn't know the story behind the story. They're just seeing a movie, and that's the only thing they know about Marvel is what they see on the big screen. So they don't know that Falcon becomes Captain America and that Falcon has always been a black character. So that's where this problem came in. It's like, ooh, what the hell is this?
But
I
that
don't,
that is fine for some people out there.
but
There
that's
are others, some of these critics who still want to throw those kinds of jabs full well they know what's going on. But and that's where I think the problem in there lies. We're going to continue to have these issues because of the way think because it's a real movie, right? With real people. And people cannot separate the fantasy from the reality in my opinion, in these specific instances of where there seems to be a merging of real life and the fantasy because people go for some movies for escapism. We read comics and this, that, and the other for escapism. Maybe not to the extreme, like, oh, I just can't deal with the world, but the idea, the hope, the this, that, and the other. And I would have loved it if they did the actual comic book suit. That would have been great. It really rubbed salt on the wound.
Well, look, I mean, we we've watched him go from Winter Soldier to um, Captain America. You know, the Falcon to Captain America. The the
And there was
whole
a lot of
thing.
growth from on your left, and him couldn't being able to keep up. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
The guy, for me, he's earned his way there. He's actually earned his way to that role. Um, not many sidekicks step out of that shadow. Robin will always be Batman's sidekick.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Bucky will always be Captain America's sidekick. And then they teamed him up in the 70s. They teamed him up with the Falcon because they were doing that whole black and white cop thing. We're going to team him up with an African American. We're going to call him Falcon. Okay. I get it. At least he didn't have electrical powers, because it seems like that's all black superheroes have is electrical powers. And that just bugs me to no damn end. Um, but to see him mature, and not to be plugging the toy store that I work at, but the toys that come out for them, they look awesome. You know what I mean? I'm really starting to get into having these little guys of color on my stand that I
Mm.
can say, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Of course, most of my stuff, and this is crazy for me because I am so DC that it is crazy that I am out here waving a banner for a Marvel movie, and I am a huge fan of First Avenger. That's my favorite Marvel movie. You know what I mean?
Down to
That's
the
my
fair.
favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see this one to see if that changes.
Yeah, I love all of the Captain America movies, except, like I said, Civil War. I think Captain America's have been the best stories, that they came out with. But yeah, this one I have to say is pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It ranks up there being one of the better movies since Endgame that has come out. After everything happened at Endgame, I think this is one of the best ones they've done, even compared to the TV show. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it.
And we got to see how they're going to time it, because now I'm thinking about the now, and I can't wait till we do the spoiler review. So Calvin's hurry up and you and your pops go get
Oh,
that.
look,
Get that
you're
task.
not gonna spoil it for me. Hit it, brother. Hit it.
There's specific things I want to talk about, and
Just
I
hit
don't know.
it.
Are you sure?
I can hear a movie and go see it, and it does not bother me. I am not one of those people. So, spoiler
Okay.
alert. Hold on.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have not seen the movie and you don't want to hear about the movie, now's your chance to leave us. Go, Vincent.
Adamantium. It's finally there. Now I'm just like, okay, well, what is this set up for X-Men and all this other stuff? Like that. It's a linchpin for a lot of the mutants. You know, so okay, they're pulling it from the Celestial. Okay, I guess that's fine. They got to bring it in somehow. But now I'm just like, okay, what about Fantastic Four? What's happening? What about Secret Wars? What about Avengers Doomsday? How is this? Marvel, since the end of Phase One with Endgame, there does not seem to be that cohesive flow throughout. I think they were just kind of trying to see what sticks. It seems like a lot of wasted money to me, but it's just my opinion. I don't know. I wouldn't take millions and millions and try to see what sticks. Um, but yeah, so now I'm looking to the future. All right, I've had it. Okay, I consumed it. I liked it. All right, I'm done with it. I don't know if I would. I probably would watch it again, right? And probably when it comes out on streaming, I'll probably watch it again. I'm not gonna go to the theaters and watch it again. I think it was a good one time theater watch. But now I'm like, okay, what else? What else is happening?
So
Now I'm
you're
looking
getting
for the
one
next
and
thing,
done. Huh?
right? People are gonna harp on then this, that, and the other because they're weird and they're on that weird energy. So y'all folks be on that weird energy if you want.
Yeah.
I'm looking for what Marvel is trying to do next. I want let's get back to the stories. Let's build out this plan. Let's you
Well, I
know
mean, can I ask this though? I would rather you push the Avengers Doomsday stuff off. Give me X-Men.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, so
And
Avengers versus
build up.
X-Men, even that would
you,
even be better.
I mean, give me something, but even with the X-Men, because X-Men 97, oh man, that's just hot. Lukewarm.
It was
The
all right.
Magneto in the Speedo tied up
Hey,
was enough
hey,
for me.
Magneto's my hero. He gave me confidence. As I get older, I'm gonna wear that speed. I'm gonna tie
You gonna
myself
get your
to
long hair down
it.
there and
I'm
be
working on it, right? I'm working on it.
look, the way they did Gambit, I did not appreciate. I thought it was just, you know what I mean, just too. It was just too much out there for me. To me, my X Men, and I'm like, no, brother, no, these are not your X Men. No,
Yeah.
no,
I
no,
mean, but
no, no.
that landing, that re-entry was fire though. You can't take that from him. Come
Mm.
on.
Deadpool did it best. If Deadpool would have been in there like, oh, superhero landing, I would have been dying, man. Come on. I mean, for me to date, out of everything that's recently come out, Logan, powerful. Loved Logan. I can't. I like Deadpool, but at the same time, I'm one of those people. If he was with me, he would annoy me to no end, and I would have to get rid of him because he's that merc with the mouth thing. But this last movie, you know what I mean? There's such high
Pilot.
you
Yeah.
you you yeah, you raised a bar really high for the next Marvel series to come out here, and bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as Doom does not float my boat.
Not a good.
No, I
Not a good
still think
thought.
I still think that's so lame. I mean, I'm gonna get hate. I don't care. I like RDJ. He's cool and all.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
All
And
the
then,
people can find,
yeah,
someone
there's so
else.
many other
Be,
actors out there. And then
you know,
another thing that I'm not looking forward to is, while sitting in the movie, you get the Fantastic Four trailer,
mm,
and
I saw that online. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I am not looking forward to that at all. Why are they going to a '70s Fantastic Four, right? I liked the first movie with Jessica Alba in it. I thought that was a good one. The second one was a nice part two to it. The reboot that they did with the younger people, I didn't enjoy that. I did watch it, but it wasn't a good one. And in this one, I have no desire to see it at all. From what I've seen in the preview, I have no real desire to
But
see
I mean,
I don't
you do
know.
you
Go
remember?
ahead. All right.
Do you remember when? I mean, in the cartoon, they got rid of the Human Torch because they were afraid that little kids would catch themselves on fire to try to be the Human Torch.
it.
So they
Right.
gave us Herbie. I thought that was weird. Well, not weird, but I thought that was kind of cool to see Herbie and the Thing.
Yes.
And then I knew that there was the Human Torch in there. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And I love the retro '60s, maybe '70s look of it.
Yes.
But I am still in the same boat as you. I have a friend that does these things for the high seas, and that's probably where I'll catch it because I'm not going to the theater to see it. I'm just not.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, I will, because I thought the trailer didn't look bad. You know, I
I
want to
thought the
see a
trailer didn't
more.
look good. You say it didn't look bad. It didn't look good either. So
Well, no, wait. Okay, hold on, because Mark, he trying to set me up. He trying to set me up. So I thought the first trailer was fine. I want to see more. Like, give me the second, the third, the 2 minute trailer where you're getting more into the story, like what's happening. I know they're not going to show Doom in any of the trailers, but I already know this is an alternate Earth, right? So that's already there. They're going to transition to the main MCU for some reason, right? And so why is it going to be Galactus? Like, is it because he wipes out the universe or something like that, or does he die and then the universe dies with him and they all got to escape? Because there was some comic book stuff with that. There was I can't remember what comic book series it was. Maybe it was it was it Secret Wars 2 when the incursions were happening? That might have something to do with it, like why they have to leave their Earth. Because at the end of Doctor Strange, when what's her face came to get him, talking about incursions and whatnot, so I'm like, is the Fantastic Four going to be like? How do they get with what we already know, the sacred timeline, as it were?
Or
How
with
they get?
Earth 616, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's got to be incursions, right? That's what I can think. And then Doom, I hope, with all hope, that we get a proper comic book Doom. If RDJ is not Doom is Doom, then I'm not. I'm done.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing. Um, Doom being the calculating, the guy,
Arrogant,
what I mean, just,
proud.
well, I mean, if you ran your own country and you were one of Marvel's smartest men in the world, what I mean? Nobody messes with his country. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I get that. I can appreciate that. I just, what I mean? My thing was you killed off the character, and I'm just tired of this lazy writing, to quote Deadpool, the TSA and the time variants, and we got different variants of all this. You had all these different variants, yet you could not did a variant for Black Panther.
True, right?
So come on, you know what I mean? Make this make sense to me so I can enjoy it and have a pleasant experience, because I am now on this kick of wanting to see better things without sacrificing uh, a good story or
Yeah,
characters.
yeah,
Stop getting rid of these characters. Now, again, a lot of people like Gamora, the lady played Gamora. She's like, I'm done. I've been this character for 10 years. I don't want to do it no more. And I can appreciate that. Putting on this green makeup for
yeah.
14, 15 hours at a time, you know what I
Yeah.
mean,
Star
over a
Wars.
10-year period, I mean, that puts a strain on you.
But she
Downey was
said the same
definitely
thing too, though.
right.
Yeah, he
But
doesn't want to do it anymore.
yeah, he's remember when he first did Iron Man, they paid him little money. He became the biggest MCU star, there was. He doesn't need the money to come back here and do Iron Man or Doom or whatever else. But this is again, well, how do we do this? How do we make them? We'll get RJ back, and that's lazy.
Yeah.
You could have recasted one of the guy, like the guy that played Luther on Andor,
Mm,
or some other dude with some type of accent to really bring out a Victor Von Doom. You know what I mean? Stop.
yeah,
I just wish they would stop kind of panhandling and
yeah,
thinking they know what works and then giving us the stuff. They even got the people that made the first, the end game movie to come back to direct this. And then of course, let's really talk about something. What about Kang? Now
yeah,
you're talking about bringing him back.
Yeah.
yeah.
You should have never let him go.
But in terms of the sequence of events for the movies, like if we're taking it as this exotic multiverse kind of thing, there's still room for Kang to come back because he always comes back, right?
True.
True.
There's always another version of Kang to deal with and contend with,
Yeah.
so that would make sense. And that's what I'm saying, like, you know and I'm all like looking at Marvel sideways too, like, oh, now you want to get a brother another chance.
Yeah.
you
Right.
know but okay, but canonically, in terms of the universe, it makes sense for Kang to show up again. Now all it is doing it right. you know like if they do it right, then that's cool. Kang versus Doom. Ugh, chef's kiss. That writes its own thing. You don't just give them 2 hours together and all sorts of fun stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
you know but then too, even with Doom, there, and like you were saying, like writing characters, writing them poorly, or whoever writes a character to fit their narrative. You can't write Doom to fit your narrative. Doom is the narrative, right?
So you're saying
He
it
is
can't be
the
a
hype,
Joss
Yes.
Whedon movie.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
you know. Like, and then even with the whole thing with actors in their faces, like let Doom and let whoever plays Doom, let him be Doom. Put the mask on him. Okay, even
Always.
if you want to show him beforehand as a flashback, okay, cool. But the rest of he should not have this even some kind of I have the technology to produce hologram my face because I'm Doom and I need to see like no, now you're changing Doom. Doom did not care. That's why he wore the daggone mask the whole time. You know? And I'm not even a villain's guy, but I love Doom for whatever reason.
No, I can see that. So before we get ready to go, let's talk about another elephant in the room. One of my favorite actors is Harrison Ford, even though he betrayed me and didn't like his Han Solo role. I'm still feeling the wounds of that. How was he as the Red Hulk?
I mean,
It was
Oh
fine.
damn!
yeah. I mean, is it?
Ah, he's just
Once
a
you go
Hulk. Yeah,
CGI, it's all
Yeah. So yeah, it
CGI
was,
stuff.
yeah.
Now him as Thunderbolt Ross.
yes,
I mean,
the
unfortunately,
General.
we lost. I'm
The
drawing a blank.
original actor guy.
Hurt.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Um,
William Hurt.
William Hurts. Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Hurts. Right, and I thought he did a really good Thunderbolt Ross. I felt him even
Mm-hmm.
in like Endgame and no, Civil War. When Rhodey was talking to him and stuff like that. Rhodey's like, he's like, arrest this man. He's like, yeah. Like I believed him as a guy who was obsessed with the Hulk and doing all these other things.
I liked him in
Harrison
Black Widow
Ford.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, Harrison Ford, and I haven't watched Black Widow yet. I still need to watch it. I don't know what prevents me from watching it, but anyway, 'cause we ran out of time. Harrison Ford was okay. He's a very old man, so and I think the things they had him doing, like how they, you know, certain things you can't do after a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So his
yeah,
his
that was
his role was very. The things he had to do throughout the movie was very, even. Like, oh no, my head hurts. This.
well.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
that was kind of obvious in Indiana Jones in his last in his last movie.
Yeah.
The old boy ain't what he used to be.
And that's okay, right? It is what it
Yeah,
is. But
Marky,
maybe
you agree? Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
absolutely. I mean, I was gonna say when I see when I see him as the character, like you said, William Hurt, I thought he did a better job as the actual character. Harrison Ford was okay. It wasn't anything outstanding watching him play this role, and it was lackluster at points. You know what I would say? Some of the scenes you were just like, oh, he's a character in this movie. Okay, and then to have to explain to other people what the role he's playing, and then you would say,
Mhm.
oh, yeah, that's not the character, and that's how I felt when I looked at it. He wasn't, Thunderbolt Ross for me at all. He just looked like
Mm.
he was given a role and he was doing his job, but it wasn't a great job. It was just a job.
look, they had to explain why he didn't have no mustache no more. Because,
Yeah. Well, the voters said it wasn't a good idea. I had to get rid of the
but the other guy pulled it off just fine. I think they would have
Yeah,
let him keep
yeah, right.
it.
On Harrison Ford, it did not look right at
you
all.
know,
All right. So overall, what would you? Uh oh, your favorite fan is
I
there.
see that, right?
Overall, how would you rate this movie on, say, a scale of 1 to 5?
I'd say it's a 4,
Oh,
solid 4. Yeah, I like I said, I liked it, and it is still better than Civil War. So yeah, solid 4 out of 5.
I would probably give it a 4, maybe like a 3.9, 3.8. Honestly, I disagree with Mark that it's better than Civil War. I mean, Civil War is one of my favorite movies, but
Yeah,
we can have that discussion later.
yeah, I understand. You haven't lived
look,
long enough to
Civil War.
understand why.
Civil, Civil War put me over on the top and made me a Captain America fan because I was always Iron Man. I'm like Captain America, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man,
For
and
me,
then
Civil War
Civil
was
War hit,
even
and I'm like,
worse.
Captain America all the way. That, you know what I mean? He didn't let his boy down. He's my boy, you know. I thought we were friends. We are friends, but I can't let you just beat down my boy now. You know what I mean? So I did enjoy that. Okay, so we're gonna say 3.5 between the two of you.
Right.
So Paladin. And then our critic, our critic,
Yeah.
Dexter
I mean,
there.
I was gonna say I'm like not a hater. I like I said I liked this movie. I just thought Civil War was the worst one of the bunch of the Captain America movies.
Mm.
For me, there's parts of it I like, but I just the writing is lazy for me. That's all I have to say. The writing is way lazy,
Mm.
and that's the only reason Civil War is not better. I thought, like you said, Captain America got better each movie until we get to Civil War, and then I figured that was just a big nosedive. And then this one is a nice refresher to that movie. So I'm a huge Captain America fan,
Oh,
but just
okay.
can't deal with that one.
Well, gentlemen, we won't be back until March. So we're looking at March 9th as the return. March 9th, sir. Mark it in your Google Calendar.
All right.
Mr. Paladin.
No, no, I'm actually doing it right now.
So we will remember.
So we'll go ahead and come back fresh off the con circuit, talking about, of course, what we experienced and everything else. But I'm pretty sure that'll all be done some shows. We can get into something good. I believe we wanted to do the Greek heroes, right?
Versus
And
the Bishop was looking forward to doing that, so we postponed that one for this week.
so Greek gods and superheroes. Okay. That sounds like a plan, gentlemen. Anyone else got anything to say before we sign off? No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go see the movie.
No?
Go support.
Yeah.
Yes. Let us not forget, regardless of certain things and certain people signing away certain things, that your history is not determined by a month. You are very much history. Every time you wake up, look in that mirror and walk outside, you are history. So don't let anything take that away from you. Go out and do what you do best, create history. I should put that out there as well. We are the Blerds. I'd like to say goodnight for Marky Mark, the Paladin, and of course, Bishop. And to our number one hater, Dexter. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Taco Cat. And of course, thank you, Dexter. See you guys March 9th.